Hey,
Welcome back to Bourbon Country Reacts. I'm Keith.
I'm Dustin. I'm the bourbon guy.
I'm kind of a music guy.
Stop it. You're just the music guy, dude. Own it.
But I'm a bourbon guy too.
Okay, that's true. It's your fault. We've talked about that. I'm the bourbon guy, though. Well, allegedly. I'm here for the bourbon. He's like, hey, you want to listen to some country music? I'm like, not really. He's like, hey, you want to listen to some country music and drink bourbon? I said, hey, you had me at bourbon. So, what do we have for bourbon today? This was actually a suggestion from one of y'all. Kind of, mostly. Four Roses. This is the small batch select. A little bit different than the regular small batch that you can get for like nothing at Costco. Costs like, I think, I don't know, 20, maybe $30.
It's about a $40 bottle.
This is a $40 bottle. It's a little bit harder to find. Not super hard, though. We've had it before, obviously. But it is 104 proof. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Crafted from 6 unique bourbons. Interesting. I didn't realize it was a blend until just now.
I did not either.
So,
Though in reality, unless it's a single barrel,
true that.
it's almost always a blend. The master distiller runs around that warehouse sampling barrels until he gets a combination that produces what they consider the small barrel select.
And what they want it to taste like.
Yeah.
And Four Roses, they do a good job.
I haven't had a Four Roses I didn't like.
I haven't either.
Which is kind of a strong endorsement because generally, as far as brands go, it's a very inexpensive label.
It is. It really is. And actually, did you know this? They're owned by a Japanese company.
I had no idea, but I imagine that's kind of where they got a lot of the intellectual property for the Japanese whiskeys that they're putting out.
True.
Meant to compete with bourbons. And some of them are okay.
This distillery, though, is in Kentucky. I've been there. I haven't taken the tour yet. I haven't had a chance, but I want to. Really cool-ass distillery, though. Like, yeah, it's just neat. So, what are we listening to?
So, those of you who kind of watched some of our earlier videos, I'd mentioned that I've been trying to learn how to play a guitar for something like 30 years now.
He's pretty good.
No,
I've heard it.
I truly suck.
He's not as good as Kyle, the guy that was normally the we started out with.
Oh my God, that dude's a monster.
He can shred. I've seen it live. It's crazy, but he's pretty freaking good. Don't let him kid you.
So
You gonna blush yet? Come on. You're really good at guitar. Blush.
No, because I'm not that
All right.
good.
Anyway.
I know what good sounds like.
So
supposedly we're about to hear what good sounds like.
right, because you mentioned Brad Paisley. That's what we got on tap right now, right?
Brad Paisley alcohol. You guys have assured me. Oh yeah, alcohol. You guys have assured me that this shows Brad Paisley's chops, which I have actually asked for on the channel on video multiple times.
And in comments.
And in comments because Brad Paisley's a West Virginia boy. I'm a West Virginia boy.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
And his
he's
rumor,
famous from the hills.
yeah, he'd been able to pick a song or two up in them hollers there. Now, Brad has a reputation throughout West Virginia as just being kind of a deity on guitar.
Oh.
And I've heard that in a lot of places, and I know what really good guitar sounds like. I don't know how to do it, but I sure know what it sounds like. So he's been built up a little bit here. You know, I mean, we had a commenter. One of you guys actually made the comment that they would stack him up against any rock guitarist that's ever been.
That's a high bar.
Now, I've heard guys like Steve Vai and John Five, and that bar may not be reachable by many on planet Earth.
Yeah.
But hey,
Let's see.
let's see.
Why don't you shut up and let's play the tune.
I should. I'm gonna shut up and let's see what Brad Paisley's got for guitar chops. And we're checking it out live.
Make anybody pretty. I can make you believe pick a fight with somebody twice your size. I've been known to cause a few breakups. I've been known to cause a few bursts. I can make you new friends, get you fired from me. And since the day I left Milwaukee, Lynchburg and Bordeaux, France, I've been making the bars lots of big money, helping white people dance. I got you in trouble in high school, but college down was a ball. Had some of the best times you'll never remember with me. Alcohol, alcohol. At your wedding reception, your best man's embarrassing speech, and also for those naked pictures of y'all at the beach. Influence kings and world leaders, and Hemingway right like he did. And I'll bet you a drink or two that I can make it. Put that lampshade on your head. 'Cause since the day I left Milwaukee, Lynchburg, Bordeaux, France, I've been making a fool out of folks just like you, helping white people dance. I am medicine and I am poison. I can help you avoid aching wrong. Some of the best times you'll never remember with me. Alcohol. Since the day I left Milwaukee, Lynchburg, Bordeaux, France, and making the bars lots of big money. Hurt me.
I killed it. I caught it.
Kinda.
All right.
So,
So
let me. So before he went into his solo, actually, when he first started out as solo, and by the way, thank you again. Somebody said in the comments guitar solo, and I made a comment next to this request guitar solo. One of the reasons that we did this one because guitar solo, it was there. We found it. Thank you. But before he got really deep into it, I thought to myself, well, he's at least as good as Kyle. But
Kyle's probably watching this,
well, I hope so, because I mean, I guess what I meant to say is, what I meant to say was, he reminded me a lot of Kyle.
In terms of playing stuff.
When I yes, yeah. When I saw Kyle on stage, I saw this. I was like, that's familiar. So, but what did you think?
So, Kyle will appreciate that comparison because Brad's a bit of a legend.
Okay.
So
Well,
my
trying to make me
thoughts
feel
on
bad.
I was fucking with you.
Okay.
That's what I do.
That's why I don't get any of my good bourbon.
So throughout the song, I don't know if you guys could tell, but about 95% of my brain power was focused on filtering out Brad's guitar from the other guitar player and the rest of the music because that's really kind of all I cared about.
Yeah, that's all you were listening for.
And what I heard at first, I think any guitar player would appreciate being compared to David Gilmour from Pink Floyd.
Sure.
And what I was hearing at first was Gilmour style blues scale runs played in kind of a country tempo and theme, which it sounded great.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of a compliment. Until he got to his solo, I thought to myself, Keith could play this.
With some work.
Yeah.
It would take a lot of practice.
Practice.
Some of those runs that he was doing, like between lyrics, were actually quite fast.
Okay.
So it would take me some time to get up to speed on that. When we got to the solo, I got to hear kind of the meat of things. And he kind of shifted between, pick any 80s rock guitar player with a little bit of Buck Owens sprinkled in there.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Oops.
Dustin has homework.
Clearly.
So Buck Owens is a country guitar virtuoso. He was actually one of the hosts of that old show from the 70s, Hee Haw, which in the 70s, and yes, I'm that freaking old.
I'm not.
In the 70s, I absolutely hated. And now I will go back and watch any episode I can because of Buck Owens.
Okay.
Buck Owens and Roy Clark were just two amazing strings players, just absolute virtuosos. And in Brad's solo, I heard some Buck Owens.
Okay, that's cool.
Now, if this is indicative of Brad's best stuff, those of you who were telling me that he's better than any rock guitarist that's ever been, you're on freaking crack. That he may be that good. It was not demonstrated in this song.
Not in that performance, anyway.
Not in that performance.
Right.
Now, there was some good guitar work in that.
Damn straight.
He was playing stuff that would take me years to be able to play at probably 3/4 of the speed he was playing.
Right. I felt like, so I've heard some of the good guitarists you've talked about, right? And you've introduced me to a lot of them. And what struck me from the biggest difference was, with them it sounded effortless and it sounded natural. To me, that was good. He was good. He was really good.
It felt like he was working for it, though, didn't it?
It felt like he was working for it. don't know if it was just me, but it kind of felt like he was showing off.
So every lead guitar player ever lives to do that.
Okay. All right.
Kyle.
Wow. You know he's watching this.
We'll find out.
Oh my god. All right, so let's talk about this bourbon because that was a pretty good tune, a neat guitar, and all. So
Yeah.
kidding, like all kidding aside, not the highest of the high of guitar legends.
Good shit, though.
Well, really good shit. Probably
Yeah.
the best country guitars we've heard so far.
Without question.
There you go.
Aside from Buck Owens, Roy Clark.
I haven't heard them, so it doesn't count.
And they're kind of not really country. They're more folk bluegrass anyway.
Okay, so bourbon.
So it doesn't disappoint. We've both had this before.
Mhm.
We know it's good. For the price, it's really good.
And attainability. Don't discount that.
Oh my God, it's nice to be able to find something.
That's
and
good.
This stuff's available.
Yeah, and occasionally you can get this stuff at Costco. Like it's that available.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty tasty at 108, I think it was 104 proof. It's not smooth.
It's not harsh either.
It doesn't mushroom cloud you,
No.
right? But you know you're drinking bourbon, which is good in some instances.
Yeah.
For the price, you said this on another video. We drink it neat, as you can see. For the price, this would be an amazing bottle to make like an old fashioned out of.
It would. It would probably be the highest end bourbon I would consider in a mixed drink.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Having said that, though, it is perfectly acceptable neat.
Oh yeah,
I have sat around a campfire at your house drinking this and been perfectly happy
yeah.
about it.
What are we drinking? Four Roses. Really? Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
That conversation has happened more than once verbatim. So guys, thanks for joining us. Hit that subscribe button, click the bell, so you get notifications. Give us a like,
thumbs up.
give us a thumbs up. If you're mad at me for dissing Brad Paisley,
He doesn't care.
I really
He
don't.
really doesn't care. But he'll listen to you. He'll fight with you in the comments, maybe if you're not too much of a troll. He
Yeah.
doesn't. We don't feed trolls.
I don't feed trolls, but I'll have a discussion with you about guitar players in the comments.
Tell us what to listen to, guys.
Tell us what to listen to. Tell
gals.
us. We have a lot of awesome women who've made bourbon and song recommendations that we followed up on.
I think this was actually a lady that recommended Four Roses to us. So
That
thank
sounds
you.
familiar. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. So hit the like button, give us a subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
See you.